You're being lied to. Everywhere you look, you're being told that Democrats aren't doing the work, making noise, and fighting back. But that's just not true. And the only people that assumption helps are Republicans, David Ellison, Trump. And I swear it's worse this week than usual. From people choosing to blame Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear for not replacing Mitch McConnell, as if John Thune isn't the only one who can declare the seat vacant, to Hakeem Jeffries being blamed for there being moderates in our Big Tent party, to people just blatantly spreading disinformation about the DNC. It just boggles my mind. Why can't we just focus on Dems who should be cheered on? Why is that so hard? Like, did you know the Dems on the Homeland Security Committee joined the Hispanic Caucus for a field hearing in Houston, Texas, to learn as much as they can about the murder of Lorenzo Salgado Araujo? It happened just last week, but everyone is so focused on explaining exactly why the DNC doesn't deserve support, so it probably didn't cross your feed. Here's a moment from New Jersey 8 Rep. Rob Menendez's closing.
We owe it to Mr. Salgado Araujo and his family, as well as every family that has been or will be impacted by immigration enforcement actions, to hold the Trump administration accountable and to fight for a more humane immigration system. This does not end today. It will not end today, and it will not end until there's accountability, justice, and until we end this national nightmare.
I wish I had known about this before it happened, rather than after the fact. But, well, social media has not put much focus into what Dems have been doing right these past few weeks. The focus of this hearing was on transparency, or the lack thereof. And I fully believe, as we've seen time and time again, if we talk about the lack of transparency enough, we will paint ICE into a corner and they will be forced to tell us something. But that only happens if we lift up hearings like this one. And we should also talk about how Democrats are uniting on a new message. You probably didn't know this because people like ignoring when Hakeem Jeffries speaks, but he unveiled the Dems' closing argument for the midterms at a campaign event for Bob Brooks in Pennsylvania. It's titled "Fighting for an Affordable America." And we're already starting to hear it from House Dems. Just look at this clip from April McLean Delaney from Maryland 6.
Also, we're looking at eliminating junk fees, understanding how we can work across grid levels and alternative sources to drive down energy costs, and really looking at algorithmic pricing, how we want to look in this AI tech age to make sure that there is an ability for consumers to not be really manipulated. And even food co-op, been looking at many different issues, and particularly elder and daycare, which sometimes is more than the cost of rent or housing. So we have been focused on it. Meanwhile, our opponents across the aisle, as opposed to helping make ends meet, we are singularly focused on denying voter access and even politicizing. I think this will...
I know the most important thing to you is prosecuting Republicans, and I promise you that will happen if we get the majority. You will hear all about that from Oversight Ranking Member Robert Garcia and Judiciary Ranking Member Jamie Raskin. But the unifying message from our Dems for the next 100 days has to be affordability, and it is. It's about grocery prices, especially in regards to AI, junk fees, energy costs, food co-ops, as well as elder care and child care. And those are things that span the entire political spectrum. Typical Republican voters need these things too. And while MAGA are going all in on politicizing a war and trying to make it harder to vote, Dems are getting to work making life more affordable. Now, these specifics aren't just saying what the voters want to hear. This is what is happening behind the scenes. These are the bills getting drafted and introduced. Yes, we must fight Republicans on their corruption and illegal actions. Of course, but that has to be balanced with things that affect all Americans directly. And I'm thrilled to hear the specifics of how our Dems are juxtaposing Republicans making it harder to vote with Dems actually working to lower costs. So now you have two more stories to bring back to your Do Something friends. You can tell them about this field hearing and demanding some transparency from ICE on Lorenzo Salgado Araujo's murder, and about the closing midterm argument from Dems all about affordability. The first one is great for your progressive friends, while the second one is probably more powerful with moderates or Republican friends and family. Something for everyone. As for you watching this, I hope this shows you that Dems are fighting back, making noise and doing the work, even if social media has told you to believe otherwise. Now go spread the word, because our voices are our superpower, but only when we use them. Bye!